Culligan man. And as Barry said, we spent many years in broadcasting at Justin-Siena High School together. Broadcasting games on KVO and kvn. And that's where Bill really honed and perfected his public speaking skills. And it's for that reason that I take a lot of credit for his political success. So when was your first campaign?
2000. Actually, it was probably the 1999 football season we were starting.
That's right. And if I recall, I see some Justin fans. And the Braves were good. And they were winning section championships. They were routinely up by 3 or 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. But nevertheless, we had to fill 3 hours. And so I would talk to Bill about his campaign plan during the game. Going, what are you hearing when you're walking around knocking on doors? What are your key messages? Stuff like that. And I think one of his opponents may have been listening, complained to the radio station that too much talk about politics and not enough about football. And I didn't know whoever was in charge at the time, but ixnay on politics bay and stick to football. So when Brad Smith reached out a few weeks ago and asked if I'd be willing to do this, I said sure, and then asked if what I thought about doing it together with Bill. I said, oh, that's a great idea. I love Bill and a good friend. It'd be a lot of fun. And so I called Bill right away. This is only like 3 weeks ago. And I'm thinking, what's the chance that Bill's going to be available today? I mean, do you think socially you got to plan about 6 months out? And so I called Bill, and he was in the car and in Sacramento to work with his chief of staff, Ezra. And he was just a great guy. We're almost the brains behind the operation. But Ezra said, oh, boss, you're available that day. I said, great. And Bill said, what are we going to talk about? I said, I have an idea. Do you know what the C stands for in ira-c-smith?
Okay, don't blurt it out if you know, please. But does anybody here know, besides his family, what the C in ira-c-smith stands for? I see 1. I see 2, 3. All right, so not many.
I'm one of the privileged few, I think, along with the 3 or 4 people here that knows what the C stands for. I think Ira liked, either he was embarrassed by the middle name, or he liked a little bit of mystery and intrigue in his life. I didn't know how old Ira was, and I think that was something he kind of kept a secret until I read it in his obituary. So I think his middle name and what the C stood for is something he kind of kept a secret. And so the cat's going to get let out of the bag here today. The C stood for communicator.
Ira was an amazing communicator. You've heard it from the speakers so far. You'll continue to hear it from the speakers as they talk here about Ira. That big, powerful, booming voice that did such a great job for all the schools here in our community, and then also just a friend of all.
Right, clearly, the C did not stand for. He was not Ira Communicator Smith. The C stood for commitment.
Ira had so much commitment, getting on the airwaves, supporting our high school and community college teams over the years. We called over 2,000 games. I'd say, Rex, that's commitment.
He was not Ira Commitment Smith. The C stood for clever.
He was clever, that quick and dry wit, his Midwestern sense of humor, and the one-liners that could come from Ira. That was an endearing quality, I think.
I think Barry or Mike referenced that earlier. He was really quick with one-liners. All right, I'm being silly. The C did not stand for clever. The C stood for community.
He could have phoned it in and not done a lot of these things, but he was a member of Kiwanis. He was president of Kiwanis. He was a chamber ambassador. It was just everywhere in our community, welcoming businesses to this great community. And he was also a leader in the Napa Valley Tennis Association, working hard to make sure that the commitment there was what he wanted. And then he was an MC for so many different nonprofit events in our community, or raising money that they do all the time. Here we know all about that. And there was Ira up at the top, MCing the event. That was amazing.
He was not ira-c-smith. The C stood for cool.
Well, I certainly doubt that that's true. But it absolutely could be, because I think Ira, in his own way, personified cool.
So, if you haven't been able to tell, I spent a lot of time with the dictionary last week, and a lot of C words, and some of them would not be appropriate for this occasion. But a couple that clearly are. One is condolences on behalf of the Dodd family and the Stults family. We offer our condolences to Ira's family. They are here with us today. And another C word is celebrate. And it's just so great that so many community members, friends, family turned out today to celebrate this great man and the great life he led here in Napa Valley.
So I had the opportunity on August 19th of this year to adjourn the California State Senate in memory of ira-c-smith. And this will be forever in the archives of the California state government. Ira meant so much to both Rex and I. He gave us this opportunity to perform. And just to digress a bit, those games were kind of boring. And I would have been aghast to know that Rex and I, during these dressing games, were doing restaurant reviews here in the Napa Valley. Because he was such a purist. We kind of gave us enough room to hang ourselves